Welcome to Spain and welcome to Logroño for the World Junior Ultimate Championships, and we are here in the open division for Sweden versus the Netherlands. Tom Stiles alongside Liam Grant, the 13th seed versus the 18th seed, the orange of the Netherlands and the blue and yellow of Sweden. They've got the dream team back together. Tom Stiles alongside my good friend Liam Grant here up in the stands with a beautiful backdrop behind us as well. Liam, what are we expecting from these two teams? How's the tournament been going so far for them?
Well, Sweden have yet to play a game yet, and the Netherlands got bageled by Czech Republic yesterday, so neither team having scored yet, so that's surely the change in this matchup. And I think, you know, Netherlands have talked about this as a development side. They've come here to gain experience, quite a youthful team. Sweden a bit on the rebuild as well, but I think Sweden probably favourites coming into this matchup.
Yeah, I was chatting to the Netherlands coaches just before the game. They're quite excited. Tom Jansen, Mark van Linger, and Gigi Nogaaka. We see the pools there. The Czech Republic, Czechia and Canada taking those games yesterday, and Sweden not having a game because of the five teams in the pool situation.
And it is top three advanced to power pools. That's where you want to finish in your group, so a really important game for both these teams if that is their ambition.
The Swedes, coached by Alex Hermansson, Alex and William Dallin, and Jonathan Annergaard. So 4 coaches for the Swedes. And interestingly, for the Netherlands side, they've got 2 women on their 2 female matching players on the open side. As the disc goes up, new legends will be made this week here in Logroño. Let's find out where they are. The Netherlands starting quite deep. A fast cut coming out. Turnover straight away. There's a little bit of breeze coming across the field from the far side to the near side, directly into the camera. No up and down wind element to it as far as we can tell. It doesn't feel as strong down on the field. This look down for me, Liam.
I think you're allowed 1 bounce, Tom. I think that's the rules, yeah. You can let it bounce once. No, I think that was definitely down. Perhaps first point jitters. Some nice working down the brake side here. Ooh.
In my perspective,
closer.
I got it my hand under before it hit the ground.
Viggo Oscarsson.
That's my perspective. Okay, up.
I think down. That was my initial perspective. No, they're calling it up though, on the field.
Stayed with Oscarsson. Gets it across to Danielsson. High grab. Bit of a miscommunication with the defense, and Sweden with the opening break of the game, putting it in. It's Clemens Sandelin with the opening score for Sweden, and this game live on YouTube. Let's have another quick look at that down disc. Gets his hands to it. It still looks down to me, Liam.
Yeah, it almost looks like as he's controlling it, he's almost pushing it into the ground. But they do the same thing again, work the brake side incredibly well. Sandelin, the man from Gothenburg, finishing it off. And you can see that's their strategy there, coming out of that vert stack and just attacking the brake side, getting those continuations. Yeah, surprised that one wasn't contested, but it was called up by the players on the field.
I didn't hear the GA's perspective, but Sweden getting off to the dream start here. Josef Moore, the number 10 shirt with the assist.
That's an offside pull being signaled by the game advisors, but Netherlands not spotting it. And that was a great pull as well. I think that's my preferred pull choice in this windy conditions. Blady backhand, rolled it out the side. Game advisors signaled offside, but the Netherlands didn't notice and have a much worse field position because of that.
Just talk through what the advantages of being in this spot from the defensive point of view are. Netherlands putting it straight up the field. This is going to get caught in the wind. It's drifting towards us, and it's going to nearly hit us.
That nearly cleared the stand, yeah. Bit of a crosswind here. The near sideline is the downwind side. So hard, that's what we like to call coffin corner. Well, I held Toshnarova showing her skills, and the game advisor as well with a nice snag. Best two throwers, I think, in the stadium might be in the commentary booth. But yeah, it's very hard to play from that coffin corner position.
Sweden advancing now with the chance for their second break of the game. Korslid. Högild across the field now into Nanberg. Looking to find a way through. Front cone, 2 breaks. This is a dream start for Sweden. They're up 2-0 against the Netherlands here in the open division.
Yeah, fantastic pull from Sweden. I think that's why they're in this position and got that break. Netherlands failed to see the offside signal from the game advisors. Very difficult start in that corner. As you can see here, goes for the forehand, but that cross-field wind pushing the disc up and out of bounds. Some beautiful throws into the wind here. Working that far sideline. This forehand really tackling the wind very well. And just grinding down the open side. Cramming it in the cram hole there in that occasion. You can see Sweden pumped up here. This is their first game of the tournament, so happy to get those goals. Netherlands had bagels for lunch yesterday. I think we're hoping not to have them for breakfast here this morning.
Kevin Berisha with the goal there, the 18-year-old from Ultiworld.
And Sweden offside again on the pole, but I feel like these Netherlands players maybe inexperienced playing with game advisors, not realizing that they can potentially call that.
Sweden coming down in the zone now. 3 forcing the disc, and Netherlands looking a little bit too far away, but they have managed to get a nice bit of flow going through. 5 Swedish players, the blue shirts crowding around the disc. Big fake though, effective, moving the play around. You're not going to get that disc out. Now they're going to have to throw something. The stall count's getting high. Manages to get a reset, but they're just pushing themselves further into their own end zone at the moment. The Netherlands, can they find a way around? Now they're deep in their own end zone. Swedes hunting for a Callahan, but they've managed to escape. Great work from Netherlands, working it across the field. Dorper has Gerritsen on the reset. Back to Dorper on the far sideline now. Gerritsen available in the end zone. Back with Dorper again now. Oh, the disc bobbled in the wind, rose above him. Quick shot available at the front of the end zone, but they take their time. A pick is called, and it's going to come back.
That zone looking very effective for Sweden. Kind of reminds me of the 2012 Sweden team in Japan that made a journeyed run to the semi-finals playing the gigantic 4-person cup. Some tall Swedish boys there. Probably 2 of the tallest teams here in this division.
Högild gets it into the end zone. Nanberg with the score, Högild with the assist. And 3 breaks to kick off. Considering this is their first game, this is pretty much the dream start for the Swedes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very effective zone. Netherlands were just throwing around the back, just about maintaining possession, never really threatening downfield. Couldn't really connect with their cutters. Unusual celebration there ends up in the hands of the Dutch player. I think that was unintentional. But first thing Netherlands need to do is recognize the offsides. I think that the coaches need to get involved there and say, hey, they're offside every time, you can call that. That's going to help them with field position. Won't be surprised if Sweden do the zone again, presuming how effective it was. The cutters downfield were not giving a lot of options. I think they need to be more aggressive, I think, Netherlands against that zone. If you're going to be swinging over and back in this wind, I think eventually you are going to turn over. They're offside again, and they call it. All right. I like to see that.
Well, they've obviously been listening to your notes,
And it's such a massive advantage starting for the brick mark. You can see get a lot of yardage, time to analyze the defense, good field position.
Netherlands setting up in a horizontal, but quite narrow. 2 players in the center of that horizontal stack, just swapping over. Now running the cuts, but the handler had already looked away. Some timing issues needed to be worked out there. There was a little bit of Swedish pressure, but it was more of a Dutch mistake. Jacking it into the end zone now. It's been called out of the sideline, Liam.
Yeah, it did look like he might have been out when he threw that. Either he landed out when he caught it, or he carried momentum out of bounds and threw it from out of bounds. So I think this disc will be coming back. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's
another
seems
look
to be
at it
the
there.
situation.
He's quite far out of bounds when he throws that hook.
I think the call has been it's a turnover because he was out of bounds. So back in Dutch hands. A swing to the centre of the field. The horizontal stack are miles away. Huge space to make up, and the Swedes just keeping the pressure. There's a good undercut, but the throw can't find it. And this is too easy for the Swedes here. Netherlands just not able to maintain good possession when they have the disc in this wind. Swedes now. Quick movement. Low, what a grab, keep it alive. Floats it in, beautiful. The low grab from Ton van Mil, the low grab from the 15 shirt of Melvin Arne, keeping that disc alive and then working it quickly up the line. The flow from the Swedes, impeccable.
Not connecting right now, the Netherlands, but Sweden with some fantastic grabs. Want to see this one again. I'm going to call this a little barrel roll catch.
Sorry, it was the 25 shirt of Caesar Nielsen.
Yeah, Caesar, one of the top players on his team. He's a twin. His twin brother should be on this team, Casper, but unfortunately has an ACL injury. So shout out to Casper. His twin brother doing proud here. That's a brand new umbrella right there.
Tags. Get the tags on.
You can return at the end of the week then. I think that's the plan.
Oh, he's not going to want to return that orange beauty, is he? Netherlands struggling here. 4-0, they trail Sweden. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be pleased to know that there is more coverage all week on Ultiworld. The wind is really starting to pick up here in the stands. We're trying to hang on to all of our gear. The disc less affected. The way the stands are built here in Logroño is they really kind of amplify the wind, which is lovely when it's a hot day. But when it's as windy as it is, it really does pound this top row of seating where we're sitting. Again, the connections for the Dutch are just not quite there. Berger is nearby, is the 34 shirt with the white sleeves. Instead, picking up, getting it down to 7. Hurlin. Back to Arne. Berger. Berger's at the front of the end zone, trying to jart free, and he does. Too easy for the Swedes. 5-zip. We're going to be at half in no time at all here. So if you do fancy watching more coverage, and particularly that next Germany-France game is going to be live on Ultiworld, you can buy yourself an Ultiworld subscription. Head on over to ultiworld.com. You can get an all-access subscription to everything that Ultiworld produce across all of their WFDF and USA and European coverage. Or you can just buy an event pass for this event and watch all the games from Logroño here at the World Junior Ultimate Championships. Good to see the Swedes having fun. It's a great event with the juniors. So many families travelling over, Liam. You've spent some time on the sideline?
Yeah, a lot of fun. Some big entourages here. Good to see the Sweden fans join themselves. Coach Joji there trying to hype up this Netherlands team. I always said a bit of a development squad, but I'd like to see them throw to the end zone at this point. I don't think they've made it past halfway line with their offense so far. I think maybe try a bit of hook and D. You do have to throw to the end zone to score. That's the key part of it. There we go.
Tolinar reads your mind exactly, and a great grab. He rose up so high, the disc was below him when he got near it. Job van der Speek with the attempted grab there. I think he was trying to grab it high one-handed, but by the time he got up there, he's a big unit, and it was above his head. On the mark there, Elena Snijders. Mistake from the Swedes, short field, Netherlands opportunity to score. Can they get their point on the board? Coming to pick up. Don Tolomar floats into the wind, it's going to be red. Oh, again, the wind. Yulan Roberts not able to connect the fingers with the rim. Sweden deep in their own end zone, but they move it nicely out now. Biritsa down the line. Easy for the Swedes, just open side cuts at the moment. Now they break across. Look at the space they've got here. Doesn't take it, wants to be sure of this. Oh, it's too easy the second time. Sweden breaking right across the field, expansive play. That was their first dirty break. They've been clean up until this point, but it's still a break. Netherlands unable to connect despite 2 shots right on the end zone line. And it is 6-0 to Sweden here in the wind in Spain.
Well, I like what Netherlands is trying to do there. I like the Huck first pass, got good field position. Possibly should have scored this point on 2 occasions. 2 drops in the end zone, but once Sweden get momentum downfield, Netherlands really struggling to stop him. But again, I like that. Put the Huck up to the big man. Disappointing he couldn't come down with it, but I think trust him again, trust your receivers. Considering how windy it is and the opposition you're against, a bit of Huck and D isn't the worst approach. You saw they ran an ISO then as well with the short field, looking for Van der Speck. They had 3 players at the back of the end zone, just 1 up at the front, almost worked again. But with this crosswind, you can see the disc really kind of bounces up and down, so you often have to make a late adjustment with the catch. These are sensational pulls. They were onside for that one as well, but I love the arcing backhand, make it uncatchable, allows your defense to set up, puts Netherlands in a difficult position.
This is a horrible position to be trying to throw a fleck from. The only option is really to go back into your own end zone. And again, the Netherlands stack so far away. Oh, this is Callahan territory here, rising. Oh, stripped themselves. Sweden with the golden opportunity to take a Callahan from that floating disc, but it is just a turnover. On the end zone line now. Hergild. Didn't see it, the Netherlands didn't see it, and Swedes take the half in 17 minutes. Have you seen such a dominant performance in this first half? Brilliant work from the team in blue and yellow.
Yeah, making light work of the Dutch here, the Swedish side. Not even sure he's open there, but just throwing to the end zone. They're coming down with everything. Tough start to the tournament for the Netherlands.
Just over the head of the Netherlands receiver, face marking there. I'm not sure if the shot was meant to be that tight to the receiver. Great action in the stands as the Swedes lead this one 7-0.
The club season is upon us, and Ultiworld is bringing you all the action. Ultiworld is the best place for live video, news, highlights, and analysis of your favorite teams and players. Make sure to subscribe for our extensive live coverage of the USAU club season, including the thrilling club championships in San Diego in October, exclusively on Ultiworld.
We're at half-time here as we see some of the highlights from the first half. Sweden dominating the Netherlands here. Tom Stars alongside Liam Grant. And Liam, the Swedes really did punch it in every opportunity they had.
Yeah, Netherlands just chasing shadows for most of the first half. Towards the end of that first half, they made some adjustments, came out with a big huck, tried to do the huck and D. I think they should work that more often. You can see Sweden just everything going their way here in the first half, enjoying themselves out there.
The Netherlands being such a strong young side, we had the team Krud that rose up through the ranks, but you can see from the stats here that this Netherlands generation have got some work to do. And so impressive that they scored those, Sweden scored 7 of those 8 breaks and only had 1 turnover themselves. So even in these conditions, it is possible to play clean ultimate.
Yeah, they've been very impressive working the break side. Sweden definitely have some strong throwers on the side. They've been very patient, just running hard. Netherlands, you know, after being bageled yesterday, I think their goal is just get a point on the board. I think they'd really enjoy that, give them something to celebrate.
Yeah, Clemens Sandelin with his 2 goals and Philip Nandberg. Sweden back to see if they can finish this job off. Will they be able to take it to 0? We'll find out in the second half.
Boston has its glory.
Jeff Babbitt with the size, the speed, the read.
Did he throw it the full 80 yards of the field?
You cannot kill this Minnesota team.
Are you believing what you're seeing? My hands are on my head up here in the booth.
Was there any doubt? Was there any doubt?
Holy smoke!
Get the ultimate news you need to know with the Deep Look podcast. I'm Charlie Eisenhood.
And I'm Keith Rayner, and together we bring the games, names, and moments in Ultimate to your podcast feed. We talk Ultimate's biggest news from on and off the field about and with the people making it.
And every week, we go live on YouTube. Come join the fun, the trivia, the picks, the analysis, and more, Tuesdays at noon Eastern Time.
We'll see you there.
Contrasting fortunes for the two junior sides in the open division here at the World Junior Ultimate Championships in Spain. The Swedes dominating this first half with only 1 turnover and 7 breaks. The Netherlands unable to connect their passes. Some real teething problems for them. Tom Stiles alongside Liam Grant. And we do have a lot more content for you here from the World Junior Ultimate Champions. What's coming up, Liam?
Well, we get to see something new and fresh here, and it's called the Sweden O-line. Never got to see him in the first half. 7 breaks for Sweden, so a fresh new look here.
Yeah, I don't think we saw this line at all. They didn't rotate through. They were just letting their D-line have some fun out there.
They're
blasting that disc low and out of the sideline, out the halfway from the Dutch. Swedes collect. Oh, we definitely have seen a lot of these players in the first half. 4 shirt of Johansson into Nielsen, and now with Hurlin. Gets it across. Berg has it back. Back with Berg again. Down the line there was an option but didn't take it. Berg into the middle, rides the challenge. 2 players running into each other. Is there a foul called? He's getting up off the ground. Now he's thinking about whether there is a call or not.
He just ran over him there.
Ook al foul.
And I running in the same area. So that's.
We saw the 2 players running into each other.
But did you think I was you, or we both went to the disc? The disc was to me, and you went from the side. I went. But if you can't.
Well, the GA mic just cutting out a little bit there, so it's he's retracted the foul, which I think is the right call. I think the 2 players running on slightly crossing lines towards the same disc, and Nielsen kept his feet. The Dutch player didn't.
Yeah, unfortunate collision there. Both players just vying for the disc, but Caesar will maintain possession.
Berger. Disc is floating a little bit high, but it still maintains possession. Hurlin brings it in, and it's a goal. Nielsen with the goal involved all over, including with that foul call. Sweden starting the second half exactly as they finished the first, with a goal. This time that was their first hold of the game.
The Swedish O-line. Will we see them again? Who knows, Tom? Could be done for the day.
Well, I think they probably realised that this was not the game to play hard O-line, D-line. So we've definitely seen all of those players before, and I imagine we'll see them all again.
Nielsen won a silver medal at EYUC, the under 17s division. One of the more experienced players for Sweden, playing with Örebro. I think Jonathan Angergaard is one of the coaches here.
Yes,
for Sweden.
Yep.
I got breaking news for him as well. He's going to be playing with Tartu Turbulence at WUC in Limerick. Recent addition to the team. Bruno Jorgensen, the Latvian player, really unfortunate bad injury, so he's been kind of injury subbed onto the roster. But Tartu Turbulence looking like one of the best teams going to the World Ultimate Club Championships, and Jonathan Angergaard, a fantastic player in his own right and doing a good job as a coach here.
Yeah, I think the Baltic sides might be a bit of a surprise in Limerick. Got some good teams, and again we see the Swedes set up here in the open division here at the World Junior Ultimate Championships. Netherlands, they're very happy to let them swing it around, because in this wind there's always a risk that's going to happen. Van der Arwijk can't complete. Fast cuts coming. Signalling for more cuts, please. Swedish turnover. Disc back on the ground. Anderson not able to connect.
Right now, I just pick it up from where it is, not even walk at the line and just throw it as far as you can. That'd be my coaching tip here.
Get some possession. Get some position. I think that there's always a case of like, what's more important, position or possession? And in this wind with this team, I think the position on the field is far more important. There we go, getting some expansive play, bit of pressure. It's just when the Dutch think it's going to come up in their favour, they can't complete a basic grab. And is there going to be a foul called? I think everybody underneath that had misread it. It went over the top. The Dutch had an opportunity to take it. Number 44 shirt, Van Dusen. Sort of execution errors that Sweden just haven't had in this game so far.
Yeah, kind of playing for pride here at this point, Netherlands. We would like to see them get on the board.
They'll celebrate when they do. Floaty disc in the wind, an opportunity to take it back, and they do. Netherlands, go on, send that. Floating, expansive, risky shot right across the end zone. The Swedes would love a Callahan in this wind. That's going to be high, and it's too much.
The deep shot was on there, and I was watching Netherlands at halftime. All the players were essentially throwing hucks over and back really well, and then when it comes to the game, they just seem to love swinging around their own end zone, which is the way the wind is across the wind. It's actually trickier to do. I think they need that was a perfect opportunity to send a hook. You can see here Sweden isolating one person in the front of the end zone and works to perfection.
Yeah, great job. Two connecting. Oskarsson with another goal. But yeah, the Dutch have really got to find a way to get a bit further up the field and threaten this Swedish end zone. They just look very, very nervous out there. Let's have a look at that pile. Here we go, there's the turnover, just not quite able to contain it.
And we see an ISO play here from Sweden. Most of their cutters standing at the back of the end zone, isolating one person just in front of the disc. And I think you'll see a lot of other teams in this division put two players on that one person, do a bit of a bracket on it. It's just, you can't really rely on one defender in those matchup situations, allowing them to run in isolation. So that was a strategy there for Sweden. I think Netherlands need to be switched on to play some help defense there, some team defense.
In those sort of situations, it's almost impossible to, mark out one player with one player. If the rest of the team are smart about it and they've created that much space, then it's going to be very tricky.
Yeah, teams are going to often isolate their best player and fastest player as well. So you want to help your teammate out in that situation.
There they go with the big shot downfield. That's a lot of position they've gained.
He was free, he had separation, and it wasn't a bad throw. I really like that. I think the closest they've come to scoring has been off a hook that was dropped, but I think at least put Sweden in a difficult position rather than swinging around your own end zone.
Coming to collect the disc, Anderson.
That was an ankle breaking cut there.
Flowing right across the field now. Venelbrink. Hurlin. Oh, the Swedes just moving it so quickly, and a foul called.
Dano getting physical there. I think it was a foul, but
I had this and then I slipped on you, so
I had my hands between your heads, and I had this.
It was a really good bid from the, is it Van Eck?
do you have any?
From my perspective, it was too close to call. So my recommendation would be to have a contest and then send it back.
All contested.
in my opinion, there was a little bit of contact margin. I probably think it is a foul by the rules. I don't think it was a bad foul. I'm glad to see Dano getting stuck in on defense. I think Netherlands have been a bit soft at times on defense. It's good to see someone still fighting out there even though you're 9 points down.
Lots to prove. And you know, a lot of these juniors will have multiple reps. And there's a block coming out of the deep space, saw the errant pass and took it away. The Swedes are going to have to be a bit more accurate. And now we see the deep shot go downfield. But the Swedes are well placed underneath it and bring it in. Advancing now, Jorgensen gets it across to Herlin. Jorgensen again. Spreading the play through Arna on the far side. Arna's available for the reset. It's with Herlin. Now they jab it through. And again, advancing so quickly. The spacing of the Swedish team has been brilliant to watch. It's windy out there, and that one is errant. Goes to ground. Swedes maybe a little bit too casual. They've had so few turnovers in this game. Only had one turnover in the whole first half. They had 2 turnovers in the last point, and so far they've had 2 turnovers in this point as well. So maybe just need to focus again like they were in the first half.
Delighted to see Dano get that block there in that point. He's still out there fighting, hunting for blocks.
Was that the same guy that got the block on the sideline?
Yes, the one that was sent back, but again, better from Netherlands. A good undercut there, can't take it in, but I think after those deep shots, I think Sweden are going to respect the deep a lot more, and they're able to get the unders.
Got to throw the deeps. Pobbles off the top, into the turf. Sweden starting to get a little bit clumsy. Will the Netherlands be able to catch a point here? There's an opportunity in the end zone, but almost the front cut was a distraction. Manages to maintain possession on the far sideline. Netherlands cut into the front cone. Huge mark though, arms stretched wide. Is there going to get anything out of there? Jabs it inside, finds a Swedish player in the end zone, but the stall count was high. There really wasn't very many other options. Swedes now just bristling with confidence. Move it very, very quickly. Herlin, the number 7 shirt, anchoring this, swings into the wind, onto that far line. Johansson has it back now. Arna. High grab. Dutch say no.
Come on, the Netherlands. Tom,
you really want this.
I'm itching for them to score a goal. They got so close just there. They haven't scored yet this tournament. I think their defense has been much better at this point. So happy to see them still fighting out there.
A little bit of orange pride. Oh, there was a chance. Just the confidence to throw it. Boers with the disc. Off to the far side. Into the end zone, over the end zone, into the fence. And another Dutch opportunity goes awry.
Yeah, Dano was there, free in the end zone, but just too high. That inside forehand. I liked what he was trying to do, but just rising over his receiver.
And the 17-year-old from Utrecht, Dano van Eck. Hopefully a name you'll see a lot more of in the future. And the Swedes probably the best call they could have made in there. They've just been a little bit scruffy. The last point, the turnovers have started to happen, and they're signalling to have the water brought out for them. Sweden dominating this against the Netherlands, but the Netherlands getting closer and closer. Can they get a point? Oh, we see Germany warming up for their game against France in the back line. This game is currently, the game you're watching is free on YouTube. If you want to watch Germany-France, then that'll be coming up shortly at 12 o'clock with myself and John Doherty. You can get that if you get a Ultiworld subscription. You can watch all the content here from World Junior Ultimate Championships. But for now, myself and Liam Grant are holding down our gear here up in the commentary booth. My goodness, it's windy.
It is windy, still enjoyable here. Usually I like the breeze in Logroño, but this is a bit much. We'll see if Sweden can sell themselves off that timeout. They were a bit messy, looked a bit tired. I think it was more of a tired out as we're underway here.
Gustaf Andersson flowing forward now to the familiar shirt of Hurlin. Arne. Required a big grab and got one. Excellent work from Jennefeld. Big shot into the end zone, just shy of the end zone, and great positional marking from the Dutch defender there. Had to do an awful lot of work. Has the height disadvantage as well, but dogged determination. What a grab though that was from Jennefeld.
Haven't seen too much hockey from Sweden.
No, they really like the small ball, quick movement, fast hands. Dutch coming back down now. No options, deep. Trying to break across to the far side. It was really the only thing they had to look at. Too easy for the Swedes to get the disc back. Available. Some defense required from the Dutch. And another turn. The Swedes with 6 turns in this point. 12 turns altogether. In some ways, this is the best point the Netherlands have had, Liam.
I guess you could say that. It's certainly not any of the other ones anyway. But yeah, they're fighting a little harder here. You see beckoning for the deep shot.
Somebody's got to give them a deep cut though. I think they're keen to throw it. The stack is so deep. That is a great throw. Opening up a lot of space. But there's still 4 players behind the disc. And then you can't drop those discs. You just cannot at this level drop and I know it's windy, and it really is windy, but there was nothing complex about that catch.
Yeah, this point has been going on for over 10 minutes now, Tom. Feels like it as well.
Another turn, this time back to the Dutch. In fact, nearly as many turnovers as we've had passes. Shoots into the end zone. Netherlands, can they come down with a point here? No, the big hand of the Malte Vennebrink says no, smashes that one towards the back fence.
I like the idea, but Sweden having the height advantage there. Some good help defense. Denies access to the end zone.
It's got to be quite disheartening, Liam, when you're out there and you've been out there and the team are grinding, everybody's exhausted, you can see players leaning over. How do you mentally adjust for keeping going in these sorts of situations?
It is really tough. We see Sweden come out here in a split stack. Just trying to refocus. You know, other variations of the sport, they let you sub out players at timeouts. In these situations, I don't hate that idea.
Deep shot now. Could this be the end of the point? It's rising in the wind. Is it going to rise enough? Just drifts beyond, and it's another turnover. This time the Dutch, the beneficiaries, but they are stuck in a very tricky part of the field. The wind coming across the field towards the camera.
I like that shot from Sweden. I think they've looked a little tired, give themselves good field position. This is a really far away vertical stack here.
They are miles away. I think that would be my one critique, and the one big difference between these two teams is the Swedes have got their distances absolutely right for the conditions, and the Dutch are playing like it's a still day. Opportunity for the Callahan, goes amiss. Short field for the Swedes. Can they pop it in now? There we go. Sweden eventually putting that point to bed. We'll be glad to see the back of it. 17 turnovers the whole point, and Sweden continuing their run. 10-0, 12 minutes of very, very tough competition, but
yeah, kind of heartbreaking for the Netherlands, that point. Appreciate they're still fighting in this one, but a momentous point almost to Callahan, just tipping that one, but quick to punish Netherlands regardless.
Melvin Anna eventually throwing the shot, and Vennebrink with the goal. Anna, 1 assist. A good spread of stats right across the Swedish team. They have used all the players out there. We've not seen quite so much of Case Nielsen or Philip Narberg, the 25 and 22 shirt respectively.
You see Angergaard there marshalling the troops. Safe to say both teams bring out fresh lines, I think, for this point.
Korslid with the big pull, lands in, so that's going to be tricky.
Their pulling's been fantastic, Sweden. They've cleaned up the offsides as well, but such good pulling.
Shot across the field, big grabs, a huge figure, stretches long over the turf. Gets it moving quick. That's not a good disc, and you can see the frustration. Dorper really upset with himself.
Yeah, we watched number 12 during halftime throw some incredible hooks from the Netherlands, but they're just not doing it enough on the field.
Swedes with another chance. Coming back underneath, really intelligent cutting from the Swedes here. Again, we see that never really want to be throwing the disc more than sort of 8 meters at a time. Keeping the flow moving, keeping it quick. You could see what they were trying to do, the Swedes. But the big number 12 shirt for the Dutch says no, blocks that away.
Nice to see them still fighting on defense.
Odd position to be starting from here, not quite got it to the line. Low disc. What a grab! My goodness me!
Legendary stuff yet again.
Where's he come from? Big shot into the end zone. Could this be it? Upwind. Oh, just couldn't quite read it. The heartbreak, the head on the dirt. You can see the frustration. They're doing everything right. They are fighting.
Yeah, colossal bid there.
Ulan Roberts was the grab. See the name on the back of the shirt.
Making the catch of the day so far, leaping like a salmon.
It was incredible. He's leapt like a salmon, and what's something that leaps sideways? I don't know. He's been big in both directions. Shot from the Swedes, downfield. Moore. Back again. Moore comes for the another continuation down the line. Running out of cuts now. Sweden stomping forward. A little bit high. Big shot deep. They'll take the position. If they don't take the possession, can he grab it?
Yes!
He does! Netherlands have scored! The future is bright. The future is orange. And look at them celebrate. They got bageled yesterday by the Czechs. They were about to get bageled here by the Swedes, but no more. What a disc. That is the first goal of the tournament for the Dutch. And you can see how much it means to them. What a fight they've had here.
Late salvation from the Netherlands, and we see him there. He was rifling them all half-time. That is an absolute money shot. You can see what it means to them. Dapper explodes with enthusiasm.
Stoked up and look, he looks like he's won the entire tournament. Don't you love it? Love it! The juniors. Well, they're having a fantastic time. And that, I guess, you know, when you're out here and you're in a team and you know you're not competitive, like you're not going to compete for the medals, you're not going to compete for the top half of the table, but you're out here and you're playing a sport you love, you're playing with your friends, you see the emotion. Oh, it was worth it just for that.
Yeah, I think just call it a day now, I'd say.
Go home. That was a hold. No, is that right?
They definitely started an offense.
It was a hold. Oh, an opportunity for a break here for the Netherlands.
I think just scoring a goal was target number one. Getting a break would be the next step.
Yeah, it's gone deep. Contact on the play. Tees Luz is our player number 12. He's been absolutely awesome. Oh, the Dutch have got a break back. Job Van der Speek with the grab in the end zone, and they invade the pitch. They've won the tournament twice.
I'm loving it, Tom. And he had an unfortunate drop earlier in the game, so against his redemption now, and a break for the Netherlands. Greatest comeback of all time. It's on, Tom.
Well, you'd love to see it, but I don't think you're right. Just maintain the position. Respectful play from the Swedes, not going through the player there, just, you know, realizing they were boxed out. You can see the Dutch parents up here in the stands supporting the kids.
Just needed a bit of Dutch courage, that's all. Yeah, we got some info from Ravi Vasudevan. Shout out to Ravi. Tees Lusa, number 12, is playing fantastic out there. Plays with our UFO Open as well. Yeah, he was throwing some great hucks in the warm-ups, and was glad to see him do it for their first point. And then one of the others stands out, Van der Speck gets that break. But playing with a bit of swagger now, the Dutch.
Disc rising. That is a great pull to get it that far downfield, and Swedes losing their spacing a little bit, got a little bit chaotic. That's a nice cut though, sets them up on this near side. The connections were absolutely pinpoint in the first half, but Kaiser Nielsen there letting that one go. Deep shot again. Reed riding with the wind. Is he going to go over Kaiser? Oh, it's another goal. It's another break. The orange invasion begins once more. They're celebrating. They can't believe this. They were 10-0 down, and now they're 10-3. And they're three of the most fun points we've seen all game.
Fantastic end from the Netherlands. And I love it. Just hugging deep, coming down with it. One pass offense.
What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose?
Momentum is really with the Dutch side now. The crowd is going wild.
I nearly lost my laptop off the table. That's just to give everyone an impression of how windy it is up here. But look at the ride on that. And as soon as that disc went up, I thought Nielsen's got the wrong line here, because that is going to go up and over his head. But who had the right line? Modi Merkes with the grab and the goal. A number 10 shirt. 16-year-old out of Amsterdam, reads it well. Been playing with Airborne since 2020, so I guess that he was 10 years old when he started playing.
An enchanted performance here in the latter stages of this game. for the Netherlands. And we have a skip in their step now. That was a bad pull though. Doesn't matter, they'll get it back.
Well, they've got the bit between their teeth, the Dutch. They're enjoying a little bit of this break ultimate. Why are they walking this up to?
They just threw it out the sides, the Netherlands.
They're walking
I think the game advisor marked a spot for them.
So threw it out and never came back. Well, the wind is blowing so hard, you could understand why they threw it out there, because you would expect it to come back, but on this occasion it didn't. Berger.
Well, you can forgive Netherlands for having a bad pull. They haven't pulled very much in this tournament, so still a bit rusty on those ones.
Arne, back to Berger, back to Arne again. Berger looking for the shot, just isolating the handlers at the moment. Three deep players are just static at the back of the end zone.
Looks like an injury being called here by Netherlands.
And a player wandering off at the sideline there. How did that injury happen? I didn't see anything. They just picked up a niggle during the point. Didn't want to make it any worse.
And Melvin Arne, one of the standouts on his Swedish side. He's also the youngest player on the team, so has a bright future ahead, the 17-year-old.
He's a big lad as well, Arne, the 15 shirt. Deep shot downfield. Touching it on, not able to contain.
He's just macking it downfield for more position. That's what he's doing there.
I don't hate it.
Again, the split stack from the Swedes.
Hugo Berg. The Swedes not able to grab onto that one, the disc rising. The wind hasn't really changed since the first half. I mean, it was strong in the first half, it's still strong now. And in the first half, just to remind you, Sweden had 1 turnover and 7 breaks. And in the second half, Sweden have had 14 turnovers.
So far,
yeah. And the Netherlands have started to find their mojo. It's going to go over a lot of heads. This one, is it going to come down? It doesn't come down anywhere other than the turf. Berger comes to pick up again. He's got a hat and a hood. That's a lot of head protection. What a grab. Beautiful read. Great power in the legs to get up to it. Catches like it's nothing at all. Swings it back across. Johansson. Arne. Back to Johansson. Sebastian Johansson gets it to Melvin Arne. Just these 3 handlers involved again. Now something comes out of the deep space. Hurlin. Back to Arne. Johansson. Back to Arne again. A little bit of contact. Apology from the Netherlands. And this time the Netherlands get the block. The disc was just a little bit too close. Berger not able to get the reception.
Tristan Bruce coming in and swatting that one away.
Netherlands. Big pressure from the Swedes. Lundqvist says no. And if you are excited to watch more Ultimate here from the World Junior Ultimate Championships, you need to get yourself an Ultiworld subscription. France versus Germany with myself and John Doherty coming up straight after this game. Swedes running down the far sideline, a pick called.
Sweden have been so good at doing those continuations down the break side. Surprised about the pick there.
Pico.
Big. Wasn't he big? They had a couple of meters on you. Did you think of me? Yes, you were in the slow down. You do. Would it have changed the outcome?
Would you change the outcome? Would you run for him and probably had the chance for catch the disc? Or it's up to you. Who's contesting? The call is between you.
Yeah, I know.
So you contest? Or
It doesn't matter, does it? But really, it is between us.
I feel like we need a
Big.
resolution here.
Yeah. I think this is at the junior level, sometimes they would just want to have a chat. It's like, no, there's some clear things you can do here. You accept the foul or you contest it, and then you have the chat. But some hand signals from the juniors would be handy as well. Game advisor doing a good job just to work out what is the call here, what are we talking about. It was a pick, and it's gone back. Pressure from the Swedes pays off. Down the line, Vincent Miller with the goal for Sweden. 11-3 they lead.
Normality is restored, Tom. I think maybe that purple patch from the Netherlands could be gone here. Again, so good at working the break side. That's pretty much what they do for the majority of the game. Sweden is use their throws to open up the field and his continuations down the break side. See some good pressure defense there. You see that soft inside throw. Once you get that off, it's kind of a cascading offense down the field. Gets that easy pass following up into the end zone. Very hard to take away.
Yeah. The Oyo, is that what they call it? The
Oyo is, yes, Tom.
The outside into the inside out path.
Yeah, I think that's, I'm going to credit Jimmy Mickle with kind of making that more, popularizing that throw, let's say.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great option if you are just want to get a disc away quickly. The challenge with it doesn't stay in the air for very long because it's going away from the player, so it's got to be accurate. But if you are accurate, it gets there quickly, and it's very difficult to defend.
And Netherlands a bit bad at feeling the pull. That situation there where it's a roller,
just
kind of have
it.
to go goalkeeper mode is what I say. Tell teams, well, if he touched it, he's taking on the back of the end zone. Not sure if he did touch it. I don't think he did. It didn't look like he had touched it, so I think it will be front of the end zone.
He was trying to touch it.
He was trying to.
He failed.
It frustrates me when my teammates do this. They just throw out like a vacant leg in the hope that I might touch it.
That's better play from the Dutch. Oh, look, we've got a bit of a big shot. Is it going to go over the players again? Oh, the number 3, Van der Aardbeck, could have made a bit more advance up that sideline. Didn't think the disc was going to come to him, and then it rose over the defenders, not reading the wind well enough. Swedes going back the other way with the disc, with the other side of the disc pointing towards the wind. It just gets pushed down, loses the distance, and an easy turn back to the Dutch. 6 turnovers in this point already. Hang on, that's wrong. 2 turnovers in this point already. 6 turnovers in the previous point. Good adaptation, good adjustment from Vika Bol. One of the 2 girls playing on this Dutch Open side. Vika. Swedes in the backfield. Finds a way through. Dutch defense has got a lot better, but the Swedes still moving it. That's got a lot of float. There's going to be some pressure underneath this, but just big. Melvin Arna rises, grabs. Nothing Vika Bol could do about that. Huge height mismatch. Sandlin with the grab. Sandlin with the 3rd goal of the game. The assist from Moore. Probably want to give Sandlin a high five for helping him out there, because there was not the best shot to the end zone, but it worked out nicely in the end. Sweden have got game point here. Game to 13. Swedish coaches looking a little bit uncomfortable about the way they've played this second half.
I think Netherlands just improved as the game's gone on. I don't think perhaps those long points, just lack of concentration and focus sometimes from Sweden, but that can happen in these games. An opportunity to win it here if they can break. Another poor attempt to stop the roll.
No one made contact, so that's going to be brought to the front line.
The Swedes have been pulling perfectly this whole game. That backhand roll is how I would tell teams to do it in these kind of windy conditions. Make it uncatchable, make it difficult to stop the roll. Netherlands need to talk about how they do that. It's something that's often overlooked. How to catch, field the pull. Pulling both offensively and defensively, Netherlands need improvement on.
Oh, the shot was on, but the execution wasn't there. Sweden with the full length of the field to go to take the game here. Break opportunity. Grab required from Höggild. Pivots nicely, swings it across. The distances are good again. That real control to flick into the wind like that. Again, goes across to take it back. Korslid. Continues. Oh, thought about sending it, didn't. They want to be sure about this. And the coach might have had a quick word with them about tidy up your offense. That was, got a chance to get underneath it. I felt a little bit like Malte Andersson could have gave up on that a little bit because it was hovering in the wind, Liam.
I think he was maybe confused about whether the throw was for him. You can see here he kind of looks behind him and then realizes, hey, that throw was actually for me. So a bit of confusion about who the throw was for, and they kind of reacted late, both players. Wasn't a great throw either.
Stumble as he approached the disc, but Dutch still have it. Advancing now. Ball available. Oh, sorry. Snyder's available in the end zone. Continuation. Job van der Spek. And a hold for the Dutch. Job van der Spek into the end zone. And a goal from Dano van Eck.
Dano van Eck breathing life back into this game yet again. He's been fighting so hard for this Dutch side. You can see him there. It's a give-go action, really. Just drives up the line. And no matter what the score is, Dano is going to fight for his teammates. And we see some dabbing here from the game advisor, signaling it as game point to Sweden. If they score here, they win the game.
I don't know anybody where that isn't their favourite hand signal. Yeah. 37 shirt, Dano van Eck, 17-year-old. It's definitely one to watch for the future. So Sweden with the work to do, coming down on offense. And a offside call. Because we've got the game advisors down here, you do get a few more offsides. Offside, it will be signalled by the game advisor, but it needs to be mirrored by the attacking side. And if they do that, then they can bring it to the brick mark. Get themselves that big advantage. Coming down the line, good running. Swedes looking to advance it. High take from Lundqvist into the end zone. It's a goal and it's the game. Simon Korslid with the goal. Sorry, it's Malte van der Brink with the goal on the 63 shirt, and they take the game 13-4. Dominant performance. But we did love to see that Netherlands semi-comeback where they scored 3 points in a row, including 2 breaks, against what had previously looked like a completely dominant Swedish side.
clean hold to end the game for Sweden. Definitely a tale of two halves. Absolutely dominated the first half. It was just 5-4 in the end in the second half for Sweden, but they were the better side overall. Malta has had a fantastic game. Round of applause from both fans here. Good to see them fight back in the second half. I think the game needed that.
Absolutely. Now, if you're the Swedish coach, how do you reflect with the team after that game? Do you like compliment on them on the way they played the first side, or do you like have a go with them about the way they didn't complete in the second half?
I'd be very proud and happy of how Sweden played in that game. I thought they had their pulls, their strategy right. There was just those long points with lots of turnovers, and maybe you needed to kill momentum a little earlier, but a good game.
That great run in the second half, you can see from our game flow, the last 10 points. Those 3 Dutch points in the middle of the game, and every single one of them celebrated brilliantly. We see the Swedish flags flying high, and the Swedes were flying high all the way through this game. They took it out 13-4. Dutch celebrations when they did score, but it was dominance from the Swedes in the first half. They led that first half 7-0. But some brilliant grabs all the way through from the Dutch. They never let their heads drop, and they were fighting hard, but they'll be fighting in some of the lower brackets at the end of this week. From Tom Stiles and from Liam Grant, the Ultiworld coverage on YouTube. Do get yourselves a sub and enjoy the rest of the action here from the World Junior Ultimate Championships. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.